We're live. What's up, Devil Dogs? Simplify, man. Check, check, buddy, check. Self check, buddy, check. I'm just gonna cruise right behind this big fella. Oh, that would be dope. I actually would want to go see the stadium. I don't get any service down there, though. That's the problem. Nah. Nah, I was gonna go see a brand new baseball stadium they're building, but we'll just follow these big old mama jamas. What is this? This is a street. This is a freeway street sign. Check this out. That's that's what they hang the street signs on. I think it looks, big old square thing you hang up with the pole on the right hand side there. Raw, what's up, Devil? How you doing, brother? Semper Fi, man. Welcome to the compound, brother. Gotta have a little honor, gotta have a little courage and commitment here. Where's that? What was it called? Damn, what was that card called? Your honor, courage, and commitment card, I think. Oh, what's up? Russia bombed who? Yeah, I call Great Britain. The UK. They bombed their embassy. I should have made that more clear, but wait, did I? I don't know. Did I write embassy? I'm not sure. I think the UK's embassy in Kiev got bombed by a missile in Russia. Not a big deal, but kind of a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if anyone was hurt or if anyone was in there. I caught a glimpse of some guy I watch on YouTube, some army vet guy, been covering the wars in Russia. Pretty cool dude. I think it's Speak the Truth podcast or Speak the Truth on YouTube. It's some guy, army dude, pretty cool dude. I think he used to be a cop out in Denver or something, and straight shooter and has good opinions and finds a lot of good stuff online. And yeah, I believe we were just and the IDF is rolling through Gaza, I believe, too. So things are picking back up, baby. Things are picking back up out there in the real world. But cheers, boys. Yeah, the Great Britain's embassy got bombed. I believe I read that right. Or I heard I believe so. I haven't heard anything about Iran or anything like that. So it'll be interesting. This war is not going to stop. Putin's never, in my personal opinion, Putin's never going to meet with Zelensky. Never. Why would he? That's stupid. Then if you meet with him, you're giving him credit. Then he's up. If you meet with someone, then you in the public's eye and in anyone else's eye, that guy's on your same level. It's like Tom Brady sitting down with the quarterback from I don't know, some junior college. It's no. You know, they're not on the same level. So if Putin meets with Zelensky, that means they're on the same level. What's up, Bobby? Semper Fi, brother. What's going down, man? Morning formation. Everyone checking in. Oh, dude, morning formations were the worst, dude. Oh, so bad, dude. I always, every time I see like something goofy with the military, or it's like, oh, that's why we get out. That's why we get out. I think they do it on purpose, man. They don't really want everyone staying in all at once, so they make it so awful that any reasonable human being's like, hey, man, I'm out of here. And the people that stay in, shit, man, you guys got patience. and determination and all that other good stuff. People that stay in that long, oh, God, Jesus Christ. Maybe it's the branches, like the Marine Corps, man. You're zero formation 0400. You got to get there at 0333. It actually starts at 05. You stand out of attention at 0530. You get dismissed by 0600. Then you go into platoon formation 0630. And then you get dismissed from there 0700. And then you start your day. I mean, that's a 4 hour day right there before you even leave 10 feet of, you don't move 10 feet. God. And no wonder my back hurts. Is freaking just standing there. I'm complaining. Yo, what's up, time? For long-term Air Force, Space Force, our easiest way to stay, most very corporal business, like we don't have all the formations the other branches have. Dude, I, yeah, man, a part of me wishes I would have stayed in and just moved over to another service. The formations is what I mean. When I went to go see my friend graduate in Lackland Air Force Base in Texas, San Antonio, like near San Antonio, um, dude, I got there at 0400 and I sat on those bleachers. And the Marine Corps is famously for letting us sit on bleachers, and the bleachers are like that tin steel or whatever, and it's so freaking cold it like pierces through your pants, whatever pants or trousers you're wearing, and it hits the dude. I was sitting there for like 3 hours, man, and I just said, and there was a couple behind me, an older couple, a Marine vet and a wife, total Marine Corps family, and he was chirping about like kind of how like marching in the Marine Corps is very different. So he was like, "Oh, what are they doing? Just walking out in formation." And then I kept hearing him kind of chirp behind me, and I turned around. I was like, "Dude, this is why I got out, man." And the wife starts cracking up. I was like, I don't blame them for, because in the Marine Corps, the minute you leave like your barracks, you're forming up. You're forming up, and you're walking left foot in front of right foot, buttoned up, everything's tight. You're marching in. You're marching till you get in the formation. What I was watching was they would, we call it cluster fucking. They would just gaggle fuck, then form up. And I was like, what are they doing? Why are they doing that? I didn't know what it was. And I was like, oh, that's how I never seen another branch of service get in formation before. So that's why it was so weird to me. Never seen it done. I never seen the Army like getting a platoon formation or a company wide formation. And this was a graduation, so it was big. And they had the Space Force students there at Lackland, and that was the last graduation at the Air Force Academy until they got their own shindig. But I was like, son of a bitch, I joined the wrong. And that's every time, man. Every time it's like, oh, I joined the wrong service. Oh boy, dude, we form up just all the time. It's just there is mandatory. Give me 1 second, Bobo. Uh, Draft in Denmark. Oh, mandatory drafting, but you pick a number that tells you if you get drafted or if you get a free pass. Whoa, I think we used to do that in Vietnam. I think someone would know a little more. Yeah, I remember my dad said he got a number, but then he graduated and the war ended. So that's weird, man. Because then you get people in your armed force that don't really want to be there, and that's always the problem. But yeah, Denmark, you guys have to, man. I mean, you're by fucking Germany, and like that, yeah, and Russia, like that's weird, man. That's crazy. I couldn't imagine that. I really couldn't. Hey, you didn't get drafted then, Bub? You lucky dog. Play a lotto, brother. You lucky dog. But I'm sure like a part of you wishes you did too. Like just to get the experience or like say, oh yeah, I did that. Guys like having the little things on their resume, proof of being cool, stuff like that. It feels good for me when they're like, my old boss would be like, "You served?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, man." And like 10 years ago, when I first started. What's up, Jason? Reinstate the draft. You want to live here? You have to fight for us. I, in 3 years, if President Trump does something like that, I wouldn't doubt it. More of a like a high school program, I can see that. I can see our federal government instating like having some sort of law enforcement, military presence on campus is one to protect what just happened at our Catholic school slash church, but you also get kids talking to people who do the job. It's just a job, and that's people. I always say people think, cops can just go around but dude, if you go around and start busting people and causing a problem, like people in your unit are gonna know, and sergeants gonna be like, "What are you doing all day?" You know, what's up, Robert? How you doing, brother? They use your last four sex. Oh no, that makes sense. That makes sense. In America, there is a mandatory draft. If our country is attacked, most don't know. As a citizen, it's mandatory to defeat our. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the government, if our government wants to draft us, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. Oh yeah, and they'll find you like ICE finds you. They're gonna find you, man. They're either gonna put your ass in jail or, and not honestly, like just go to jail. Come out with a slap on the wrist. You probation. Eventually a judge will throw it out because it's yeah, that's why I tell my buddies. I was like, if there's ever a world war and someone just go pull a Muhammad Ali and go to jail. Like it's either that or you fight the war. We live in we do have a federal government. We're not, we're free, but at the same time, we still have federal government. You know, we still have a federal government, dude, and the entire American idea is to buck the federal government at any turn, really, unless we agree with it like the ice people. Dun 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 dun. Dun. Look at this is a swap meet, and when are they open? Swap meet. Let me pull in this mug. I haven't been to a swap meet in years, but I don't think this place is gonna do well because of look at this dude. I mean, this is the weird shit we got to deal with. Look at this guy. Look, he has a $1,000 iPhone and he can't take a shower. It's the strangest thing, man. Be bad for Trump to reinstate draft, being he dodged it all those years. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That would probably be the one thing people would be like, hey, man, I don't think that's a good idea because they're gonna. But if you're the president of the United States, you do have, you could, and you could do it. It would look hypocritical because he was like what in the military like school like those RO because there and then when Vietnam came, and like I said, man, I don't blame anyone for not getting drafted. You do your time, you do whatever, and but eventually people are gonna come check you for that. Most American men that have been drafted would be like, fuck you, dude, like you don't belong here. But the world's a crazy place. Obama phones. Oh, dude, Obama phones. That's right. I mean, who is that guy talking to? Like the guy has dirt all in his face. Who's that guy talking to? Like who? Hey, mom. Oh yeah, I'm just sleeping out, and yeah, I'm fine, mom. I'm not a junkie anymore. Like it's not his mom. That '80s bar. there's a bar that's in the 80s. Dude, there was nothing really that cool in the 80s to have a bar like that. Like disco, I would see. That's weird. Yeah, when does Swap Meet open? On the weekends, I think, but it's not a. I wonder if it's open or doesn't open daily. Oh no, oh 10 a.m. Hmm. I bet you there's not a lot of people in this big old building. It's a big building, you know, one story. Swap Meet closed Tuesdays. Interesting. Oh, Canada. Hey, what's up, Lou? Yeah, I got your message yesterday, man. I don't know what happened, but no, you're still good, man. Nothing will ever change, Lo. Not until I'll tell you. But as long as I have the Devil's Compound, brother, you gotta work the front door, man. I gotta check IDs. All right, get up here. Uh, oh, Canada. We in the bill. What's up, brothers and sisters? What's up, man? Oh, that guy. Holy shit! What is that guy doing? I'm telling you, man. California is like it's like Disneyland for grown-ups. Canada, the entire reason for the Geneva Convention. Hey, Canada brings something to. Hey, even as I make fun of France a lot. They came up with a couple cool things. They were like the first ones to chop off people's heads like kings, right? They were the first real ISIS, dude. A fucking terrorist group. The guillotine, right? Yeah. Let's not talk about the French. That's why, that's why I love you, brother. The fucking French. Trust me, they don't have the best or biggest army, but they are tough in Canada. Oh yeah, man, dude, they invaded D-Day with us. Those the Canadians. Oh, fuck, I forget what. Yeah, they took on. They landed on the beaches of Normandy too, man. I think Juno. Nah, I think it was more. I forget the other names. Canada's good to go. I keep, dude. I hear Idaho wants to break away from Oregon. I hear Alberta wants to break away from Canada. I heard California wants to split in two. Dude, I've been saying that for since I was born. It's so big, dude. California's so big and so long, and there's a desert, mountains, and the beach, and then three big old cities. It's so unnecessary big. How can one? It's too big. Too many people. I don't know how that's gonna work, but it ain't gonna happen. No way. But we'll see. Yeah, the Greater Idaho. I heard something about that. That would be pretty cool. It's something Trump would do too. Trump's the guy that likes to put his name on buildings. So if he can be like, after he passes, people forever would say, "Oh, Trump brought, you know, three more states into the fold or whatnot." For sure, he wants that. That's what presidents and people at the very top like doing, conquering land or renaming stuff. Gulf of America, which I'm cool with. People in America can name their oceans on their maps whatever they want. Here's the crazy part: if Mexico buys a map, it's probably American made, or their maps are probably very controlled. I don't think you can make world maps and name them whatever, and then start selling them on the mass market. It's like measuring tape. Have you ever thought like a measuring tape or like a ruler at school? Like they have to be all the same exact size, and they have to be calibrated. If I buy one at this place, it should match the one at this place. I say that because I saw a video in China, like a bunch of construction dudes pulled out their measuring tapes, all different sizes, all off by inches and meters. And imagine building a building like that and everything's off. Oh, dude. Rampage Jackson, dude. His son, what a moron, dude. Someone like that, man, like the not like I mean, that guy should be locked up in a box. But he's the type of person I think like I call a lost soul, man. Like he wants to do like yeah, I heard a couple of his videos. Like he's trying to make a name for himself. You know, not a total idiot. Trains real hard. That's the type of kid I'd be like, dude, you need to join the military. Like you need to get into something where that's one kid I'd be like, you need to join the Marine Corps and you need to buy in. Because if he like someone like that, I think would be a lifer. Like I always look for people that are willing to do life sentence in the Marine Corps. I think someone like that would like he would he would get the respect that he complained about in one video. He can still fight. He gets paid. You get to do cool stuff. It's just I don't know, but he's probably going to be in prison. So yeah, that kind of is what it is. What an idiot, dude. I'm surprised. I mean, dude, it's, I think when you watch that video, everyone's just shocked, dude. Should go to jail, then test the roid, dude. Oh, yeah, oh, nuts. Dude, yeah, he's probably taking, oh, it's going to be sad. He won't see the light of day. And then someone like that also will go into jail and get in a fight almost immediately. He'll spend the rest of his youth at least till he's 40 in prison for sure. Probably the rest of his life because he won't be able to control himself. The new improved Mike Tyson, Roger. Yeah. Hope don't drop the soap, homie. He's a young, handsome looking man too. Not good. And then he has a huge ego problem, man. Don't everyone fucking call me. Everyone should respect me, dude. Respect's earned, and people are gonna rag on him in prison, dude. Rag on him. Like the guy that whacked those like four girls a couple he just got sent to prison. Like, this guy probably had no idea that prison, like, he's going to be treated that, oh, God. And the officers don't care. Why would an officer care about your safety? I'm worried about my safety. I'm in prison too. I'm just getting paid to be here. I'm not going to stop anyone from jumping on you. I'm only one guy. I weigh 100 and like fucking 70 pounds, maybe, if I eat a double double. I'm not getting. I'm too old for that. That's what people don't under. I was having this conversation with someone about Vietnam, and they're reading a book about it, and good book, I guess, whatever. But they asked me like, why is it? There was a lady that her brother died in Vietnam, so she wanted to go to Vietnam to be a nurse, and whatever she heard in America, then she gets to Vietnam and it's totally different. You go to one world and go to another. Whatever they tell you in this world, then you go into this world, and it's not because they are not there. They're not in the Vietnam War, but they're saying they're in America talking about. So this girl goes there and she was getting mad that America bombs villages or whatnot in South Vietnam, and I just explained to her. I was like, dude, a 25-year-old kid flying a $200 million B-2 bomber or whatever the Flying Fortresses, they're yeeting those bombs out the back of the plane. I mean, where it lands, mission accomplished, sir. I don't. And the people throwing the bombs out the plane are probably 19, 18, 19, 20. Like, there's no lines on a map to draw where the enemy's at. And you take this black and white uh, thinking process into war, and you're going to be shocked because it's fluent. Anyways, you know who my daddy is? Yeah, the new improved Mike Tyson. It's blunt. Why does ash turn white on black clothes, but black and white clothes? There was no throwing. You know what I mean? You pull the button, push the button, throw that, and the bombs fall. Ooh, we got some day walkers, boys. We got some day. Oh, we got. Oh, there's like 10 of them. We, the whole crew's out today. They're all like I call a gaggle fuck. They're all right there. They're all hanging out. All the girls. I would show you guys, but I think if you point a picture, a phone at some prostitutes, they might throw something at your car. They opened a hatch and they came out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sub Sue double. What's up, sub? Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean. But you're dropping bombs from 30,000 feet in the air. They're gonna land where they land. And that's what I was trying to tell this person reading that book. When in the book, the lady in the book was confused how if bombs are dropping on South Vietnam, why are we dropping bombs on South Vietnam? Well, I mean, 1,000 reasons for it, but when you get 19-year-olds and 18-year-olds and 20-year-olds in a plane full of bombs and they got to run this mission and drop it on 1,000 things can go wrong. That village could have been a pile of dirt bags working for the Viet Cong. You never know. You know, it was a good, interesting story. It's not all black and white. Not all black and white. That is for sure. Uh-oh, road work. Actually, let's just. Yeah. You can drop me anywhere in the world blindfolded. I will know my location within 10 minutes. Oh, dude, I'll be lost. I'll carry your bag, Jason. I'll carry your day pack, and just so I can take the burden off you. Because if you leave me out there, I'm a goner. I'm a goner, man. I get lost driving home, man. My sense of direction it gets off, man. I say I always lose my compass in my brain. You open the hatch and it comes out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what I mean. Yeah, Jason, I would totally, yeah, I would totally lose it. I mean, dude, it's 0900 in the morning. It's always like the ghetto where people are always out. I I don't know. I guess no, I guess you go to a nice place, people walk their dogs and stuff. But I guess I just see more people like sitting around. They like do nothing. They look like shit. A lot of people look like they haven't taken a shower out here in like a month. It's strange. Do. Let's go this way, Senor. Senor Capitan. I know you just did not honk at me. More construction. Dude, they repaved the ghetto, dude. I can't, dude, it looks so much nicer. They're planting plants out here in the ghetto. Someone's going to steal it. We can't have anything nice in our ghetto. Oh, look at this. Oh, guys, things are changing out here. Things are changing. Little plants. Oh, look at that. They repaved. Guys, this is so impressive. This is so impressive. This street looked like, look at the new plants in the center divider. There's a Planned Parenthood up here somewhere. But this street was nasty, man. I'm glad they're trying to beautify it, right? You got to make your city look nice if you want people to start acting right. Good, good, good. That guy looks like he's doing meth. Oh, let's see if there's. Oh, isn't Planet Parenthood closed down? Let's go see. Because there's always people out here protesting the Planet Parenthood. Always. There's like three people, one old lady with the or a Bible sitting on her walker, like holding a sign like abortions against Christ or something. Yo, Kenny James. Good morning, Matt. They making it pretty for the Olympics? Oh, dude, you're right. I didn't even. What's up, Bobby? I thought the point was riding was to lose yourself. You're right. The Olympics. That's going to be interesting. That's why the National Guard's going to be deployed to Los Angeles and all this in California because of the Olympics, dude. And there's this FIFA World Cup, right? We got a bunch of that crap out here. What's up, ECG? They're pulling. Oh, good. They're getting rid of the nasty bricks and putting plants. Good. Good for them. Hey, brother, need some advice? All right, man. Shoot. I've been trying to convert my wife, uh, my wife's Muslim boyfriend to Christianity. Any advice? Um, Good luck. No, man, I have no advice on religion or anything like that. That's all. Uh, you just he's got to want to convert and no, I don't know. I have no idea. It's that's a scary topic. Scary topic. I've been trying to. Yeah, I'm not sure, man. Got 14 layers of dirt crack on the face. It makes. He just has to. It's not you got to convert him. It's you. He has to see. He has to like something has to happen in his life because people don't like to be wrong, right? Admitting that you're wrong about anything is a big deal. I mean, look at politicians. They will never say they're wrong. They'll never say anything really. They double down on their faults and they keep the shit show going. I say like admit you're wrong all the time. It's really fun and easy and it gets people off your back fast. I just go, oh, I'm wrong. Yeah, you're right. I'm wrong. What next? He has to go through something where his religion does him dirty. That's the only people, because now he has a story. Yeah, I went to a mosque, and then my priest was touching little people. That's a lot of Catholics went through that. You got to be shown a very bad side of your religion, where it's just not cool anymore. It can't be cool. It can't be cool anymore. Divorce her and let him have her. Yeah. So two mass shootings yesterday in Minnesota church by a tranny. The other gang associated, but no news for second shooting because it is black on black, and that's a sad thing, dude. Right, Jason? It's and honestly, if I was a news producer, I'd be like, no one cares about black on black crime. Like you're not gonna get any clicks. Everyone's gonna say, yeah, we know. You know, like what's new? That's the sad part, man. And I think I heard about that. Didn't it, I think I heard about that shooting. Look at this guy. Tell me this guy's not a meth head. He's hunchback of Notre Dame, dude. It's weird. I think it's because one bad kid involved and the other was gang v gang. Yeah. That too. And it's like, oh, another gang shooting, And that's I think, the deployment of the National Guard and stuff. It's so normal, even to me and to you guys, even Ishi. It's so normal. It's like it's not even newsworthy, and that's not normal. You know, if you're trying to make a society, you can't have if you have a shooting, it's got to be like, oh wow, that's a big deal. It's so normal, especially for gang on gang or black on black, whatever it is. It's like, shocking. You know, the ghetto stays the ghetto for a reason. It could be cleaned up. Everything can be cleaned up. You just have to have the willpower and the fu, an fu attitude to people that are, lady boys. That tranny shooter, man, that was a Wuhan baby, dude. That kid was what, like in high school when the shutdowns happened. This kid probably lived on the internet, and that was about 5, 6 years ago. He probably thought, who knows what that kid. I mean, he lived on the internet. You can tell by the things he wrote down on his AR-15 or whatever it was. And what a awful shot, dude. Like these guys that do that are just awful shots, dude. I have no idea why they do that, but they're just awful shots. And you had like a shotgun, a rifle, and a pistola, a gueta, dude, and you can't two little people go down. Like, dude, how do you miss that many times? I don't know how many shots did he fire. That's the question I want to know. Like if you dumped a 25 round mag and that's it, like, dude, that's not good, man. You're wasting ammo. It's awful. Like, dude. Uh, and then he blows. Oh yeah, dude. Dude. I never thought in my life like we gotta watch out for lady boys, dude. They're the most violent people. Can you and you would expect that, right? Someone with a mental illness like that, he doesn't fit into society. It's like rage against society. China is going through that a lot. If you watch a lot of, I love watching videos on China and stuff. But China, they don't have boomsticks in China, so people just run over each other with cars, and it's a big problem in China, big problem. Or knives, but in like crosswalks for school children, there'll be they try to put up barriers and stuff because it's so out of control, so out of control. Oh shoot, gotta make a left. Never trust anyone that won't eat pork. Pork egg roll. What, egg roll? Yeah, I never try. And they don't like dogs. Like I don't trust anyone that doesn't like a dog or a cat. But mainly a dog. I'm not a big cat person, but yeah, Muslims they don't like dogs and can't eat pork. Like man's best friend and pork, like a sausage or something. Bacon, like man's best friend and bacon. You don't like man's best friend. Like I can't trust you. I can't trust you around my dog. Yeah, they're scared to death of dogs. And I live next to a couple like Asian people, and they're definitely scared of dogs, dude. And not like Chinese. I like this. There's I don't. And they could be Chinese or they're not Japanese. Maybe Korean, but I think Chinese. And every time I walk my dog, little butters, man, they move away. They don't. They get all like nervous. You never see them with dogs because they're scared of them. It's kind of strange to be quite honest. Beep beep, bum bum. Or they use kung fu. Sorry, I was in an emergency call. The God King dictator time is back. How about Trump, dude? Trump was like, "Yeah, I think we need a dictator. I'm not a dictator, but everyone says though, and they want a dictator." Hey, man, when you get shot in the face, you can say some wild stuff and people will just laugh because it's like, dude, like, I'm not going to stop him from doing stuff after he takes a bullet to the face, then wins an election, you know? Oh, dude, the next 3 years and 3 years and a half, man, it's just like heaven. Every day I wake up, I'm happier and happier. But you're right. It's going to be interesting, man, because when they got to repave a lot of stuff. There's a hooker. That's a big old mama. She's on the phone with their PIMP, dude. We'll see a bunch right now. Trump trolls almost as good. We cook egg rolls in bacon grease. Ooh, egg rolls and bacon grease. Ooh, man, that sounds good. Breakfast sounds good. 0930 for me out here. Oh, here's another one. We call her Shanae. Shay Shanae. There'll be a bunch right here, boys. Shay, there, one on a bike. Maybe you get a bike with her. Look at that one. Cheeks for days, baby. A lot of cottage cheese. Her back of her knees didn't look up to par for me, you know. One girl's out there smoking her vape. Dude, I love driving around California. It makes my day. Except for when I hit traffic, it's awful. And then when it's really hot, oh, dear God. Hey, what's up, Alice? How you doing? Welcome back. Welcome back. I wanted to go. There's a Cracker Barrel by my house, not too far. We'll maybe check that out tomorrow. Maybe I'll do a little recon and get some breakfast there. It's like a couple minutes away, I think. Ooh, thank you, bus. Ooh, I wonder. I'm glad they're repaving the streets. They're planting flowers instead of having it look like all concrete. Oh, God. Little things, man, go a long way. Little things go a long way. Howard, what's up, brother? Did I see you? Hey, what's up, Devil Dog? Would you rather have $10 or tickets to a WA? Oh, man. I would go see Caitlin Clark because she plays like a young Steph Curry. I would sit there for maybe 10 minutes and I would leave just to see her because that would be kind of cool. But 9 times out of 10, I would take the $10 and go buy myself a beer. I would buy myself a beer. I wouldn't go to the game because I would have to drive to like LA. No, I'll take the $10. I tried. I tried. And if you're giving me that's the NBA money, your sponsor, yeah, I would probably take the 10 and buy a beer, dude. I don't want to see a bunch of I just don't want to see a bunch of, you know. Not Caitlin. I would go see her. She's good. Yeah, I want to see good basketball, and that's why I don't watch the NBA because it just everyone shoots a three. There's no. It's like okay, I could do that. That's why Steph Curry's not a big dude or not. He can because he can shoot. Like that doesn't wow me as a 7 foot four, 350 pound center down low, dishing it out to Kobe Bryant on the edge, doing a pick and roll situation, passing it to Gasol down low. It should look impressive. Not a 50-foot jumper and it binks off the backboard. And it's like, oh, okay, well, I could throw that up. It's got a. And then if I watch like that Clark girl, it's not like it's just she plays good, solid, fundamental basketball, and that's what I like to see. You know, LeBron James. When you watch LeBron James, it's so slow, and he just kind of isos everyone. You know, it's so methodical. It's so boring. It's boring. You know, basketball is boring. Now it was super fun when I was growing up with Kevin Garnett and the Celtics versus Lakers. Oh, it was so dope. Back to back champions. Then we lose one, and Kobe comes back and talks a bunch of shit and says, "I'll never lose again like that." I mean, and that is I mean, football's taken, you know, not far behind, boys. You know, the pussy sliding for quarterbacks. Like, dude, you're a grown man, dude. Hit someone for God's sakes, dude. Like, what are we doing? And you know, no helmet to helmet, no ear holding people. It's like, dude, all right, well, just put on flags. You know, let's not get these guys hurt and put on flags. You know, what are we doing? What are we doing? Football's a super extremely violent game, man. And if you don't think someone's going out to play football to hurt you, you're wrong. Because I did that. If I played defense and I hurt the starting quarterback, I did. All my coaches, I made my coach's job easier that game. We'll probably win. You know, salute. Hey, no way. What's up, man? Gas prices in Denmark are 9.2 a gallon. Woo, doggy. Played for Stanford. I was sixth man. I beat her one-on-one, scored like 10. So, yeah. Well, you know, they would never be able to back you down. You know, they would, yeah. Or like, you know, I always say this, man. If you put me up against the like Alex Morgan and Hope Solo and those girls back in the day, bro, I would have been all over playing soccer. Brittany Griner, dude, she was good. She went to Baylor, and this is when I used to watch like you know, ESPN all the time, and she was always on ESPN, man. She played hell of a college season, got to like, I think they got bumped out of the Final Four because she was the only person on Baylor that can play, and now she's like a dude. It's weird. Didn't she get kicked out of the league? Yeah, she's done, man. Like, you'll never hear from that girl again. I think she's already kicked out of the league. She did something already. I mean, she's lucky she didn't spend her rest of her life in a Russian prison, dude, where they throw lesbos off buildings, man. You can't do that out there. Do you guys ever watch those videos of like like a stupid American moving to Russia, and they now Russia's racist? It's like, no shit. You're not Russian, man. You can't go to Russia and say like Russia is all accepting of all people. Russia only accepts Russians. I love those videos, man. You can't get any stupider than that. Better trade deals than any the Knicks ever have made. Traded her for Merchant of Death. Yeah, dude. I think that they made that movie with Nicolas Cage, Lord of War, about that guy. Greetings from Tehran, Iran. Holy moly. The minute you, what's up, Kit Goon? Sorry, little lag, fellas. How are you, bud? I'm good, man. You're living in Iran right now? You type good English. I'm good, man. How about yourself, Kit Goon, man? Welcome to the Devil's Compound, brother. How is Iran out there these days, man, after all that craziness between Israel and Iran and the bombings of the US of A and the launching of rockets? I mean, did you see all that stuff, man? Did you videotape all that stuff?
Like, that had to have been some wild stuff, man. I'm glad you're alive, man, because, you know, when governments fight, the citizens usually suffer. Not American citizens, really, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean, Devil Dog. Gonna call mom, make sure she's still kicking. Do it, brother. Yeah, call your parents, man. Call your family. Very important, very important. And it keeps you grounded, man, you know, keeps you grounded. I don't get when people like never talk to their parents again. I know there's circumstances where like when parents like take the kids' money, like Britney Spears and stuff, like that's so sad. Dane Cook, like his older brother took all his money. Like, dude, what a dick. It's sad, man. It's sad. You know, what's that's saying? Those that are gonna hurt you, or the ones that you love the most, will hurt you the most. You know, something like that. Hit the like, or we will fight. That's some sad stuff. Yeah, we haven't heard much from Iran, though. Definitely, Iran's been really quiet. Yeah. The only thing I hear about Iran is that their oil refineries still get hit with something. No one knows, either it's self-sabotage or Israel. I think it's Israel. Israel ain't playing no games, man. Israel ain't playing no games. I refused to talk to my dad. Then again, he passed with Betty White. Oh, at least he went to heaven with the funny lady. And talk to him would make me crazy. Yeah. There's like my good friend I served with, Jimbo Slice. Him and his mom just never got along. You know, super sad. You know, just couldn't even speak to each other. Just. And then, time, like, she just passed, and he was sad, but, you know, still a mom, you know, still the dad, you know. And, it was sad, man. He was sad, but it made him and his sister closer, which him and his sister didn't get along. And then I go, Jimbo, it seems like you're the problem, man. Like, two people can't get along with you. What's going on, big fella? But his mom was rough lady, rough to be around, dude. Tall, you know, my buddy saw, she was like 6'2", smoked, drank, dude. She would tell you to like, there was no filter in this lady. She was a good American woman, raised dogs, you know, big dog seller. She was no bullshitter, man, no bullshitter. And and I was like, Jim, like, you're hard to get along with too, man. Like, me and my buddy Jim, we fought each other like twice. I was like, you're hard to get along with too, bro. Like, you're a dick sometimes, man. Like, and if I'm not in a good mood and you're a dick, like, I you know. But the one thing my buddy Jim always did, he always apologized, man. He always apologized. He always was like, dude, I was wrong. Always said he was wrong. And that's why I learned saying I'm wrong a lot. Like, I don't argue. It's okay, I'm wrong, dude. Even if I think I'm right, I'm wrong, you're right. I just don't want to argue anymore, you know? It's exhausting. I'm exhausted. My dad was a Vietnam vet, served 23 years, retired Master Chief Sergeant in the Air Force. See, those people, man, those are a different breed of human. You gotta you gotta really like doing it, dude. Like, that's so crazy to hear. 23 years. Good for him, man. That's something to be proud about. You fight with best friends like brothers. It's how you know you're friends. Oh, yeah. Especially if you live pretty close to them, you know, good proximity. You're gonna get in an argument for sure. For sure. But someone's always wrong. Someone might be right. Both could be wrong. In the end of the day, beers are still cold. When your head hits the pillow, no one cares, you know. the world keeps turning. Global warming's still not real. There's a train right next. Oh, why is there a caboose here? That's crazy. There's a train, a caboose right in the middle of a neighborhood. I've never seen it. I've lived here my whole life. I've drove down this road 1,000 times. Never seen this here. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting, Mr. Bond. Very interesting. I won't argue with no friend, not worthy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't even bother. Like people that even come on here and start blabbing away. I'll try to bicker with them, then I just move on. And then they type a big old paragraph like, hey, I can't read that, man. What are you trying to do? Kill me? As much as I enjoy company, sometimes I need to go sit in the woods and enjoy the tranquility. Yeah, I'm the same way, brother. I think a lot of us, yeah, if you go, yeah, that's deep. To be surrounded by silence, just your trees blowing the wind, birds chirp. And the house I grew up in, man, they're like even my grandma's house, my Mexican side, even my other side too. Like waking up, I would always hear the birds in the morning or wind chimes, stuff like that, man, is real peaceful. My other grandma lived by like a little stream, and if you open the window, you can hear the stream, just nice and quiet. That's why, man, if you live in a city like Bobo, like if you live in a major city, that can't be good for your brain, dude. You're surrounded by exhaust fumes all day from cars, concrete, like nothing's natural. Your eyes have to adjust to all the sharp 90-degree angles we like to build. The trees are cut, nice and pristine cut trees, but it's not natural. It has to, like, self-consciously mess with your brain. But who knows, man? Who knows, Anyways, devils, I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta go clean the side of the house. My turtle putter. I gotta feed and clean. Feed and clean, feed and clean. It's all life is about, feeding and cleaning. Anyways, devils, I'm out of here. You guys take care. Have some honor, have some courage, and if you commit, stick with it until it's done. Adapt and overcome. Helmet's not a chair. Last but not least, Semper Fi, boys. Later, Bobo. Later, Time. Later, James. Later, Candy. Later, Howard. Later, Alice.